Hey guys, and welcome back to Let's Play Reus, or as best as I can pronounce it. Witten took a look. Apparently, it is a Dutch word that means giant, funnily enough. And I am not going to even try to pronounce it correctly past that one time. And I'm sure I got it wrong anyways. So we're just going to call it Reus, and we're going to go with that. So joining me is going to be Z, who has never played the game, which makes sense. It's only been out for a couple days.
Hello.
Okay, so we've already done the beginnings, first, second, and third, so those are all the actual tutorial modes. And I could go into free play, but you don't get any progress that way. So I'm going to go into the era mode, and we're going to set ourselves up for a 30-minute game, and we're just going to start. So now we actually get tooltips. Villagers are quite used to seeing the giants, and they've known us for as long as they can remember. So, you know, to recap for Z, but also for anybody who hasn't been watching the previous 3 tutorial episodes, Reus is a game where you yourself play kind of as the world itself, and you control 4, or maybe more than that, I don't know, but so far we know of 4 giants who can alter the world to their will. And in order, like, creating swamps, creating oceans, mountains, and forests, and then putting things into them. We're gradually going to get humans who are going to be completely autonomous. I don't control them at all, and they will do their own thing. I can only kind of affect their behavior purely by doing actions on my own, but I have to kind of let them do what they will.
Do you get, like, commands, like, ask them to do stuff, or...?
No, not at all. So I have no direct control over the humans at all. I'll show you in a second. So this is new, though, for the people who have been tuning in. So now the game is actually telling me what type of achievements I need to actually get. They call them developments. But I need 9 more developments to advance to the next level, which will give me more developments to unlock and maybe do more for me. So it looks like it gives me a couple of developments I can do right off the bat. So Forest Tribe, finish an era, so the entire game, with a forest village which has over 100 village prosperity. Same for desert, same for swamp. So I guess we're going to try to do that. We can also scroll down, apparently. There's a lot of stuff. But I think what we'll probably do is we'll start at the top here and just go for 100 village prosperity, and just go with that. Because we've never actually played a full game before. But okay. So here are my 4 giants.
Is that the entire world?
Yes, this is the entire world. But I know they look really big, but they don't, let me just zoom back in here.
Well, they are giants.
Yeah. I mean, they look huge, but I have no idea what this... Level 1 fertility. Progressively raises the chance of getting... Okay, that's new. So, fertility. Okay. So, but they're pretty large. They do, they do their own thing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to place... I have the game in pause right now, so I'm allowed to just kind of mess with it on my own. So first, I'm going to place a ocean right here. Let me go let the ocean giant go do that while I take a look and see what I want to do. Okay, what I think I want to do is I'm going to have the ocean giant do that, and then I'm going to have the swamp giants and the forest giants do their own thing as soon as we actually have an ocean to use. So now we're going to go ahead and create a forest here. And we will create a swamp here.
So the world's pretty barren until you start creating.
It's actually considered to be, it's entirely wasteland. Nothing will happen until I start doing my thing.
And does it cost resources to terraform?
Nope, it is just a cooldown ability.
Ah.
But you're not going to terraform much, so it's one of those, you only need to terraform so much, and it's completely cooldown based. Okay, so now I have a water biome, a forest biome, a swamp biome, and the rock giant's about to create a mountain that will give me a desert biome. So I have up here, I have 1 nomad that's wandering the earth, so I have to prepare for him to come in. I got to give him something to work with. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go with the ocean giant. I'm going to use his ability, domestic animals, and I'm going to put some domestic animals... Right here in the water, we're going to make some mackerel.
That's a fishy maneuver.
Yeah, you're horrible. Okay, so now we're just gonna wait for the village to spawn. Now I'm wasting these things here. I'm not sure how bad that's gonna be. Okay, so forest villages settled. Forest villages often start projects that require food. Try using fruit, plants, and domestic animals within the village borders. Okay. So they're spawning here. I'm just going to kind of let them do their thing, and I'm going to kind of wait to see what they want off me, what they're going to request. So the rock giant has made my desert, so that's ready. And I just made some blueberries because I figure having them is going to be useful. So, the forest village has started a shrine project. So,
So they just start projects on their own?
Yeah, but they need me to help them actually finish off. So, if you look over here, so we have all these little, they're called patches, but these tiles, each tile that I affect will have its own individual thing and things it can do, and they will their effects can spread out. So, for instance, the mackerel naturally give 2 food per space, and they can affect up to 2 spaces in either direction in addition to their own.
So they can start growing out?
They don't grow out. That's the only places they affect. But they also have something called a symbiosis, that it's a special ability per patch type, which will do its own thing. So, for instance, the mackerel specifically, for each other mackerel within its range, it will increase its range by 1. So this one actually can spread itself. That's
interesting.
That's specifically to mackerel. Now I have blueberries here, which I planted with my forest giant. So they give +5 food and +1 natura. I have no idea what natura does. It creates some sort of bonus synergies, but I don't know past that. But symbiosis, so blueberries will give +10 additional food if they are next to an apple tree, a dandelion, or a strawberry. So, you know, if I need a lot of food... That's oddly
specific.
Yeah, the synergies are... Symbioses are very specific, usually. Okay, so those are those. Now, I got the forest here. It's just gradually getting food. So they gradually gather until they reach their maximum. The left side is what they have normally. The right side is what they will gradually reach. And then they will make their own... I forget what this is called, projects. They'll make their own projects. They'll decide their own one, whichever they want to do. And then those projects will get the special abilities, but I have to enable them to actually make that ability happen. So, for example, they built the shrine, so what they need is 15 wealth and 15 food at the same time in order to make the shrine actually happen. If the shrine happens, they will get the specialization that gives them +10 food and +5 wealth for each animal within the village borders, up to 3 different times. So, I think what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna get the rock giant over here, and he can make minerals, and minerals are going to provide wealth. So that will get these guys some wealth. So I'm gonna place this over here by the blueberries. Well. Yeah, place it over here by the blueberries. It's the only really easy place I can place it. They've just kind of settled in a really bad place for me to be able to give them wealth. So we're going to place this, and we're going to see what happens, basically. See what mineral I get, because I can't remember. Okay, so we already have a new nomad roaming. I already have places for them to roam, so I'm not worried about it. Okay, so the agate gives 8 minerals on its own, and if you're somehow able to get 10 wealth in use in this city, it will give another, it'll activate and its symbiosis can be used. So I'm going to have to do another mineral soon.
You don't have too many places to put it, though.
Yeah, this is basically where I'm going to have to be, right here. These little, this little fort thing right here is the edge of that city's, range, and the buoys over here are also the same. So what I'll probably have to do is I'll probably have to place the agate right here, because I don't have much of a choice. And the problem is, I don't really have... I have no way of giving them all the food they require, so I'm not sure how this is going to work. But put the patch here. We'll see what happens. And what I should probably do while I'm doing that is let the swamp giant make herbs, and herbs give tech. Let's go ahead and place those right here. Okay, so we got the agate. I still need to somehow give them more food, though. So what I'm going to try to do... The next thing I can do is, I'm going to do a... Let's see. I'm going to do a leaf aspect on the strawberries. So I'm going to give the strawberries a new ability, which will give it, I forget, it just gives it a little extra technology and natura to that tile. But now what I can do is I can transmute the blueberry into a strawberry, which gives more food, and if it's next to other certain plants, it'll give awe as well. And awe makes villages basically a little bit more nice to other villages. So let's go ahead and do that. They still don't have enough food.
What does it affect when a village is nice to other villages?
They don't go to war with them.
I gotcha. I didn't know war was even a mechanic.
Yeah, unfortunately it is. The game is very unforgiving when it comes to that. Okay, let's go ahead and put an advanced mineral over here and see what happens. So food isn't actually needed. It's just specific to, like, certain villages need food, certain villages do not. Which is kind of interesting. Okay, so the other village started the Druids, which I've never used, so we're going to have to see about that. I can't level that up further. Noble aspect and seismic aspect I don't have access to right now. And mackerel, I need predator aspect or exotic aspect, which I don't have right now. So I'm going to have to leave this village alone for the time being and let them do their own thing. We'll move over to here. Okay, for the druid, they just need 30 technology, and we're going to make that happen really fast. Because we're actually giving them, the rock giant's going to give them advanced minerals, which gives them tech bonuses. And advanced minerals next to peppermint over here gives even bigger tech bonuses. So they have 39...
That looked like it just doubled it.
Yeah. They have 39 tech possible. They only need 30. So those guys are done. I don't even need to deal with them for now. Okay, so what can this tech up to? Lesser growth aspect makes tomatoes, which give extra technology when your village has enough food. And a toxic aspect gives a better ecosystem, which means more tech and awe. I kind of want the toxic aspect.
I think a toxic aspect would make a worse ecosystem.
Apparently not. I don't know how it works, but apparently not. Okay, so I need to figure out some food situation for these guys over here. I gotta figure out how to make this happen. Okay, let me get... Let's try putting exotic animals in this position instead, and see if that will give me the money I need and the food I need for this village. Or not, wait, no, strike that, reverse it, thank you. You, fruit, here. Okay, because the village just expanded its borders out here, so now I have enough space to give them the food they need.
Good.
Yeah.
How often do they expand?
I don't know. I'm not sure what decides border expansion. Let me see if is there any tooltip I have here that will tell me?
Probably not. That would be too helpful.
Okay. So the way awe works, each awe allows the village to grow a bit faster without increasing greed. If the difference between resources, or between a resource and the resources in use is smaller than 20 plus awe, the village won't get greedy. So
I see.
What that means, okay. So as long
the village begins to get greedy, it starts to want to go to war.
Yes, exactly. So right now, these guys are at 9 of 14. That's less than 20. 13 of 16 is less than 20. 2 of 2 is less than 20. So I think we should be fine there. They have no war markers. They haven't done haven't gone into a fight yet. But yeah, I don't see anything that tells me when they're about to expand. But they have food now. I guess I will... I'm going to leave that as is. Let's go look at the other village. So these guys are getting a little bit greedy. Because I gave them too much tech too fast. So we need to get awe over here. Okay, how do I get awe? Can I get awe? Not currently, looks like.
That's annoying.
Yeah.
Well, maybe if their tech grows fast enough.
Hopefully. I don't know if you can get rid of greed once it's gotten, though. Okay, so these guys are... Their food isn't... Damn, their food isn't good enough. They need better food. Okay, so let's go ahead and... leaf aspect the fruit. And then we'll go ahead and fruit plant next to it. And then upgrade this to strawberries, which will then give them enough. Okay, so that works.
Yay!
Yeah, so now they have...
And what does that shrine do again once it's created?
So plus 10 food and plus 5 wealth for each animal within borders up to 3 times.
I gotcha.
Now we just gained a new nomad. This one I want to be a desert nomad. So let's see about placing... let's do an exotic animal in the desert and see what happens. I'm not sure if you can get a mountainous tribe, too. Okay, so what happened is, now that I've completed the druid, not only do I get the specialization, but I also get an ambassador. And the swamp ambassador can be given to one of the 4 giants to upgrade them and give them a new ability. So, for example, giving it to the forest giant gives you the migrate ability, allowing you to move natural resources around, which sounds really useful. The ocean giant gets the herd aspect, which allows you to give food food powers to animals, or upgrade them. Rock giant can get seismic aspect, which gives you tech and awe, which sounds really useful.
Yeah, that sounds great, actually.
And the swamp giant can get the toxic aspect, which gives it tech to plants. I think I want to give him to the rock giant, because that sounds damn useful right now. So let's go ahead and give him that to him. And the rock giant will just reach down, grab him, put him on his head, and now he has seismic aspect. So I probably should upgrade the marble right now. But no, that doesn't work. Because the marble doesn't have any upgrade in seismic.
Yeah. Lame.
So the druid says plus 15 tech for each plant within borders. Stacks up to 3 times. So it's already giving its 15. So that's why they boosted up so fast. Okay. Interesting. Well, they're good. How about these guys? How are these guys doing? A desert village has settled. Desert villages often start projects that require wealth. So they need precious minerals and exotic animals. Okay. How are these guys doing? 14 of 29, 16 of 21. They are not greedy, which is good. They're about to complete their objective, which is awesome. And then over here we have this village. So we just created... Where's the animal I just created? Desert tortoise. Plus 3 wealth if next to a plant of some sort. Can transmute into the armadillo, which gives food and wealth, and will give more food if they can tunnel through minerals. And the rattlesnake gives wealth if hunted for their hides, but get more dangerous and more precious if they can feed on smaller animals. Okay. So I kind of want to get a plant going. So let's see if we can get a fruit plant going over here. Okay, now we just gained a forest ambassador. So right now I cannot give him to the rock giant because the rock giant already has a bonus, and you have to do them equally. So the forest giant can give fruit aspect, which gives food to plants. Ocean giant can gain crystal aspect, which gives wealth and awe to minerals. The rock giant, we'll skip him. The swamp giant can get reaction aspect, giving tech to minerals. I think I want to do the ocean giant to get the wealth and awe to minerals. I think I want awe in general, actually.
Seems like a useful attribute to have anywhere.
Yeah. And the game kind of implies that if a village gets too greedy... Okay, these guys are no longer greedy. Awesome.
Apparently you can get rid of greed.
Can get rid of greed. Well, the game kind of implies that if they get too big and too greedy too fast, you'll have to destroy the village.
That's not very pleasant.
No, not at all. And unfortunately, they built the shrine exactly where I was about to put the fruit.
Can you put fruit next to the mountain and still have it affect it, even if it's not in borders?
I don't know. Well, yeah, it'll still affect it, but they won't gain the bonus from fruit, which sucks.
That will suck.
And unfortunately, I just wasted my fruit by trying to place it down in a place where it couldn't go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do another tortoise and fruit on this side of the village, and I'll just put something else over here.
You could upgrade the tortoise, maybe?
Possibly.
The other two it upgraded into didn't seem to require fruit.
Yeah, but I mean, these guys need fruit anyways, so I might as well see what the desert fruit looks like. You know, what it does. Let's see, the tortoise... Okay, so the tortoise just got that symbiosis. Okay, so armadillo gives more wealth and food and gives more food if it can tunnel through minerals. So I'm going to get the rock giant over here to do precious minerals. And then we have the withered shrub, which gives +5 natura if next to a mineral. Which that's not, I'm not going to be able to do that. But either a lesser leaf aspect or a lesser toxic aspect gives you a barrel cactus, which gives more tech if humans are lured to it because of a high food on the patch. Or agave, which transmutes with either a lesser gross aspect or a lesser fruit, which creates rich water-holding bushlands if next to other plants, which gives more food.
Interesting.
And then we just created quartz, which gives 10 wealth, activates when it gets 5 or more in use, and it gives resonator +8 tech if next to stone, +8 wealth if next to another quartz. So that's a great way to get a lot of quartz in a place. So I guess we're going to go with armadillo. So I need lesser exotic aspect. Is that something I can access right now? I don't think so. No, that's a rock giant thing, so I'm not going to have that for a while. I could, and I can't access predator aspect either, which sucks. Lesser leaf or lesser growth. Do I have leaf? I could do leaf and do barrel cactus. So let's try that. Let's see what happens.
Is that a useful upgrade for you?
I have no idea, but it's got to be better than what it is now. Well, it's getting the +8 tech. There's at least 5 wealth in the patch, which there's not yet, but there could be later. Okay, so I could upgrade the quartz to topaz with a noble aspect or lesser crystal, which I don't have. I can upgrade this up to salt with a lesser, with a seismic, right? Yeah, that I can do. So let's go ahead and do that. And that'll give me the awe that I was looking for.
Stomp, stomp, stomp.
Let's upgrade that. Okay. So activate symbiosis with 10 food in use, which they do have, and 10 technology in use, which they do not have. So I need to get that done. But this is interesting. It has 2 symbioses. Gives +5 awe for each animal nest next to it. And then interesting ions gives +5 tech and +5 wealth for each non-salt mineral next to it. and there's no cap for that. So you can kind of choose what you need the most. So that's really nice. Okay, but these guys
Really, yeah, versatile upgrade.
very versatile. We need more. We need more tech. So let's do some herbs over here and get these guys some tech. Are these guys getting greedy? No, they should be fine. Oh, that's right. The withered scrub is what they get for that. Okay. How about we do advanced minerals on that plot then? See, are these guys still happy with their druid? Yeah. So they haven't done anything new. And these guys over here are kind of happy, so they're not doing anything new. Okay. So over here we have. So we just gained the desert ambassador. So the forest giant unlocks the hunt aspect, which gives food and danger to animals. I'm not sure if that's useful. The ocean giant unlocks the monsoon ability, which improves the chance to get better aspects. The rock giant gains the noble aspect, but we can't do that. And the swamp giant gains the predator aspect, but we can't. Let's see, who did I get? I gave it to ocean. I gave it to ocean, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you gave it to ocean.
So the question is, do I want to give it to swamp, which would give him wealth and danger for predator, or do I want to give it to forest, which would give him hunt?
Food and danger.
Yeah.
What is danger?
I have no idea. It looks like okay, so if there's so this is the danger down here. If the danger is at 0, there's no threat to the village. If the danger is above 3, the villagers will be busy defending themselves, which stops their greed growth. I'm not sure if that means their food gathering stops or if their greed does not continue. And then at plus 10, the amount of danger in the borders is too high, and the village will start to die off.
So it sounds like keeping it between 3 and 10 would be beneficial.
Right. So I think giving, I think food danger is probably going to be our best bet. So let's let the forest god do his thing. Your giants are growing stronger and stronger, but it seems the humans have noted this as well. At some point, the humans will no longer be impressed with completing some projects and demand higher levels. With 6 ambassadors given, the human will no longer give ambassadors for normal projects. With 10, no longer for upgraded projects, and with 14, no longer for great projects, which is interesting. So you got to be careful about how many projects you complete and, you know, how willing you are to give them what they want. So we still have 19 minutes left. Good progress. We're only 10 minutes past in game. Okay, so what do I need to do to get a new project off these guys? That's the question.
You told me before there's no real way to induce it.
I know, I just don't know. What I don't know is what actually does induce it. Huh. These guys could actually use some animals. Okay, so predator aspect will give us sea bass. So how about who has predator? Do we have predator? No, we have hunt. Predator is not available. Because that's a swamp thing. Okay. Well, what about crystal aspect? Can we add crystal aspect to something that would make it useful? No. Okay, so that does not work on agate. How about over here? Just crystal. All these are locked, so I can't use those. Crystal will give me salt. So you can get salt off of in multiple ways, actually. Which is cool.
Yeah, you got some salt over there still.
Let's try putting an herb on the mountain and see if it's a different herb than in the desert. I almost expect it to be, actually. It is. It's ginger. So the mountain has its own ecology too. So let's go ahead and see if we can build a bigger mountain.
See if somebody can move in, maybe?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. So these guys are going to be using these tortoises. So I guess I'll put a fruit plant next to the tortoises to get the bonus off of those. And for now, that'll do it. So we'll see you guys next time when we'll finish up this game. Ta-ta. And remember, if you have any ideas on how I can play better, please comment and let me know, because I suck at this game. Thank you.